Do you want to see a pretty sweet home entertainment setup? Well, let's go. Hey, what's up, people? I hope y'all are doing well. In this video, I'm gonna show you my new LG G2 TV and Platin Audio WiSA Monaco setup. Platin Audio was kind enough to send out not only this incredible sound system, but also the TV. Regardless of that, this is a really nice setup. I've been using it for a few weeks now, and I have to say, the sound quality is amazing, and the picture is crystal clear. So stay tuned because I'm going to break it all down for you. But before we get started, I do have a question for you. How important is surround sound to you? And what system are you currently using? If you could let me know by just leaving a comment down below, that would be amazing. I'm going to use that information possibly for future content, so it's pretty important. So typically we would start with the TV, since that's where your eyes will immediately jump to. But I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. I'm gonna start with the audio setup, because this one has really impressed me, especially when you consider the price point. Look, I was so excited to get this home theater system. The reviews online were great, and it looked like it would be perfect for my little space here in my living room. And I was not disappointed. The Platin Audio WiSA Monaco 5.1 system is a high-quality, easy-to-use surround sound system that comes with everything you need to get started. The system includes 4 satellite speakers, a center channel speaker, and a subwoofer, all of which are designed to deliver superior sound quality. You also get a SoundSend WiSA unit in the box for wireless control. The instructions are clear and concise, and the entire process took less than an hour to set up. In fact, it might even take you less time depending on your current setup. Placing the speakers was a breeze since everything is wireless outside of the power cables, which will need to be managed. Fun fact for you, each speaker has a sticker on the back to let you know where each needs to be placed. The hardest part for me were the rear speakers, since I don't like a lot of cable clutter. If you have outlets on the floor, then this is probably going to be easy peasy. But if you're like me and you don't have that luxury, you can run a super thin extension cable under an area rug and route that to the back of your couch. From there, I simply ran a surge protector up the console table leg and used 3M adhesive to stick it under the top shelf. Finally, I used cable management clips to secure the excess wire from the rear speakers. The satellite speakers are also wall mountable if that's more your thing. Speaking of that, I'll link the cable management parts I used in the description, as well as everything else mentioned throughout this video. The subwoofer is downward firing, and it can be placed on the floor, in a cabinet, or you could do what I did and place it under your sofa, since Platin Audio designed it to fit under most couches. Just make sure you connect it to the power and flip on the power switch before putting it under the couch. Otherwise, you'll have to repeat the entire process. It's the only speaker that technically has a power switch, so it should be easy to remember. As far as the SoundSend goes, I have it mounted behind the TV since it has a little hole for wall mounting. Setting it up is simple. Just connect the SoundSend to the TV's HDMI eARC port. Since the LG G2 has USB-A ports that can supply power, I also connected the SoundSend to one of those. If your TV doesn't feature USB-A ports, or those ports don't deliver power, you can always just connect the SoundSend to a wall outlet using a USB-A power brick. Once everything is turned on, the system should automatically connect. If for some reason it doesn't, you can always go into the SoundSend app on your phone to search for the speakers and connect them manually. The app also offers the ability to adjust the speaker trim settings, which basically means the output of each speaker. Personally, I adjusted this, and I also adjusted the audio settings, which is more or less an EQ. You can see how I chose to adjust everything right here. There's also a setting for lip sync if for some reason you notice a delay in the audio versus the picture on your TV, but honestly, I haven't had any issues. This system also supports Dolby Atmos, but it does it in more of an emulation type of way, which is different than most other speaker systems that I've used. I honestly didn't notice a huge difference between being on and off. However, I did run into a few issues where Netflix would not play audio from certain movies or shows if this setting was turned on. And in some cases, I had to choose the non-Dolby Atmos version of the show or movie to get audio. No big deal, but just something that you should be aware of. And it's probably an issue on Netflix's end, not Platin Audio. There's also a My Zone feature inside of the app that allows you to adjust the distance that you're sitting from each speaker for better optimization. Lastly, the system can receive firmware updates, which is fantastic. However, I do wish the process was a little bit easier. I had to connect the SoundSend to my computer, download the firmware from the Platin Audio website, and then install it manually. There is a SoundSend WiSA Bluetooth app that should be able to do this, but unfortunately, at the time of this video, I just couldn't get it to work for me. It's not a deal breaker for me, but something that you should be aware of if you're interested in buying this unit. The best part about the Monaco 5.1 is the sound quality. This speaker system delivers incredible surround sound that completely immerses me. I'm able to hear things that I never heard before in movies and shows. There were times I looked over at my wife because I heard something and it sounded like it was either inside the house or coming from right outside or upstairs. Needless to say, watching a scary movie or playing a horror survival game with this sound system late at night can lead to two things. A, an overactive bladder, and B, loose bowels. You've been warned. In all out seriousness, I'm absolutely in love with this sound system and would highly recommend it to anyone looking for an upgrade, especially since it pairs beautifully with the LG G2 TV that I have back there, which I guess we should probably talk about now. The 65-inch LG G2 Evo Gallery Edition is a great TV for watching movies, TV shows, and even gaming. It's a high-end television, so it does come with a high-end price tag, but after using it and seeing the picture it produces, I can see how that price is justified. But I need to preface this by saying this is my first OLED TV. I'm hoping to check out more in the future, so if that's something that you're interested in seeing more of on the channel, please let me know by hitting that like button. The G2 offers stunning image quality and a host of features that make it one of the best TVs on the market. The resolution is 4K, and the refresh rate is an impressive 120 Hz for an OLED. While on paper, my previous TV, the Samsung Q90T, was a good bit brighter, in person, I feel like the G2 beats it. The OLED display is incredibly bright, and it provides excellent image quality. The colors just pop. The blacks are nice and inky, and the whites don't seem to have any color cast. They're just bright. It supports multiple flavors of HDR, including HLG, HDR10, and Dolby Vision. The A9 Gen 5 processor does a great job with 4K upscaling, and the software interface is very fluid with no weird stutters or lag. Like other LG TVs, it runs WebOS and it allows you to use the remote as a mouse pointer, which is really neat, although I'm kinda old-fashioned and tend to avoid it most of the time. But WebOS is one of my favorite TV operating systems out there. The App Store is very vast on the TV, and you really shouldn't have any problem finding streaming services or other apps that you might be used to on other televisions. In fact, there are apps for many things, including weather and even gaming. You can download Google Stadia and GeForce Now, connect a Bluetooth controller, and play games on this TV without a console, which is really cool. But if you're like me and you prefer console gaming over cloud-based, rest assured, the experience is top-notch. It supports AMD FreeSync and NVIDIA G-Sync, so it's great for consoles like the PS5 and even gaming on PCs. In fact, since the G2 features 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, it makes it one of the best TVs to game on if you have multiple consoles. It also has 3 USB ports, 1 Ethernet port, and 1 optical output. In case you're wondering what the gallery means in the name, well, it just means that this TV has a mode that cycles through various artwork, making it an art piece in a way when you're not using it, as you can see behind me. This is probably the reason why the model I have here did not come with a stand and instead included the zero gap wall mount, which honestly, I'm not complaining about. But since this does have that gallery mode, LG made sure that the viewing angles are extremely nice and wide, and the TV has a beautiful design, making it an art piece on its own. The speakers are actually pretty good as well, and since this TV does support WiSA, it pairs beautifully with the Platin Monaco system that I have here. The only downside of the LG G2 is probably the price tag. It is one of the most expensive TVs on the market when you consider its competition, but it's definitely worth the money if you're looking for an amazing viewing experience. If you're in the market for a new sound system and TV, I highly recommend taking a look at the Monaco 5.1 surround sound system from Platin Audio and the LG G2 Evo Gallery Edition in terms of a TV. It's an excellent combo that will make your home theater setup even better. And if you already have a great TV, no worries. The Monaco surround sound system is perfect for elevating your audio experience and is compatible with most TVs on the market. Be sure to check out the description for up-to-date pricing on both of these items and links to purchase as well. If you want to see a dedicated video on the Platin Monaco system or the LG G2, let me know and I'll add it to the mix. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. And of course, I'll see you beautiful people in the next one.